with adding light.
What's
So
up,
what?
everybody? Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, June 1st. Ew, already June 1st. And happy hurricane season, all you people in Florida. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition tonight, and we are playing Princes of the Apocalypse. Princes of the Apocalypse, Session 22. And they're somewhere underground in a dwarven complex, and there's air cultists. There's air cultists. And currently, one of our players is not able to make it, which is Caesar. Caesar. And so Svenster is going to help us out and run his character tonight. He's also going to run Soleil, who is currently unconscious. Just got stuck in the neck by a wyvern and got poisoned. He's like, thud. And character introductions. Let's run through those real quick. We'll start off with Sven. Go ahead and tell us about Soleil, and you can skip over Jangalang because we don't care.
So Soleil is a half-elf raised in the woods by Varel, along with his brother Lumina, and always angry at one thing or another. And as soon as he could, he left, hoping that life would be better in the big city. Found that the big city was just as annoying as the woods, if not more so, because there's more people who have a tendency to be annoying. Became a harper, came back, talked his brother into uh, becoming a harper as well. Um, Tried to talk his dad, found out that he was already a member of a different enclave, and as he's been growing, he's tapping more and more into this magic that doesn't really know how or care to control. Um, but as he's raging, the more he rages, the more he's tapping into this odd magic that's running around.
The wild kind of guy. Steve Martin. Yeah. Let's do Marbania playing Pinch.
I'm a wild and crazy guy. Marbania here playing the Halfling Pinch. And really, when you tell somebody you're playing a Halfling named Pinch, they just kind of figure it all out real quick. Now, but Pinch is just realizing he was kind of wondering what his place was to be in this world and everything, and he realizes this group of people that I found here, they really seem to need me, and I better stick around just to make sure that they are successful at what they do. Because there's several times that without me being there, it just would have all went to shit probably. So Pinch is glad that he's found purpose that he could lead this group.
Valtrex playing Lumina.
Yeah, hey, Lumina is a dusk elf ranger, and yeah, the adopted brother of Soleil and son of Veril, who raised them both. And as Sven said, Soleil kind of convinced Lumina to come along and help out the Harpers on with some of the stuff they were doing, and Lumina helped convince his dad to finally branch out into the world a little bit and drug him along with us.
Dragging you along by your coattails. And Matakiri playing Veyril.
Yeah, Matakura here playing Veyril. Veyril is an elven druid, a member of the true enclave, the herbal enclave, and he enjoys the comforts of the forest and the woods and the fields. And he's really glad to see his sons are growing up into productive members of society. He has a penchant for finding lost children and raising them. He kind of sees Pinch as another lost child that he's acquired over the years. Um, and he's really interested in getting the hell out of here and finding his daughter, who is also lost.
She could be in here. You don't know. But as a short recap, you guys were in the Destrin Valley, which is north of Waterdeep, a few days outside of a small town called... The pyramid is not visible for us. Oh. There. Now it is. Outside of a small town called Red Larch, and you guys went to a tower, a dwarven tower, and your clue to come here was you look through a looking glass or a spyglass, and it was pointed in this direction. So you came over and went down into this valley or cavernous riverbank, and it led onto an underground complex where you ran into some more air cultists. And you came up to the front of this ancient dwarven cavern on the edge of this crevasse that is like 200 foot deep, and part of the complex has been, sheared off and has fallen down into the complex. But you came up, and there's some dwarven statues engraved in the side of this cavern, and there's a door. And when you opened the door, you came in, and it was a murder hole maze. And you decided to, I forget how you got around. Oh, we just got raided by bioweapon in room by one person. All right, thanks for the raid. So when you came through the main complex, you found, just to recap, some guys playing some flutes. They died. You found some kinku. They died. You found three guys strapped to some columns, and they look almost dead, so you left them. You had pity on them, so you just left them alive. And then some living quarters, a temple to Morden with some more kinkus that died. And you came down the path with the three guys strapped to the columns, and there's a pyramid that you guys are like, ooh, look, a pyramid. And you started checking out the pyramid. And you snuck down the side of this pyramid, and you opened the door and you looked in, and inside the pyramid you saw like, rows of pillars supporting the ceiling, and there were a bunch of people in there, meditating and levitating. I think he closed the door, and but in the meantime, there was a guy on the roof with a wyvern that heard you and came down and started beating your ass. And that's where we left off. Ass is getting beat by a wyvern and a sky weaver, whatever that is. And we're on top of round 3, and it's Lumina's turn.
All right. So Lumina was considering using his action to heal his brother, but it appears that his brother has magically recovered somehow, because I see a potion of greater healing in the chat.
Oh,
It was all the
nice.
tears from your weeping uncontrollably when he went down that just healed him.
Exactly. Yeah,
Years of greater healing.
there's this very emotional scene where he's like, no, I can't live without you. And then his brother comes back, and he's somewhat embarrassed now.
I can always seem like the little shit in this group anyway.
I'm going to go ahead and instead Hunter's Mark the Wyvern and shoot at him.
And that's not enough to get through his armor.
No, it is not. And I'm going to spread out a little bit. Is there any extra movement to climb up the levels of the pyramid?
Yeah, it's double movement up there.
Okay. So
Unless you
I'll
stay on the level, if you're on the step. But if you climb it up, you got to double.
So I think I can make it to about there then, and try to climb up a couple levels to have a better view of what's going on around.
Yeah,
us.
there's no door or nothing up there. It's just flat on the top. When you get to the top, like this is just like showing like a little door over here. That's not there.
Got it. Okay. Good to know.
Veyril. All right, so Veyril, you're down below. You can't really see exactly what's going on up top. I mean, because you're right up against the pyramid. But this Skyweaver got somebody knocked him down. He's prone. He's laying on the ground.
We knocked him off the wyvern or something.
No, he was flying, and somebody
Oh, yeah.
dispelled it or something. I forget
Dispel
what.
magic, I thought.
Lost concentration or something.
Yeah, something. I think dispel magic on his ass or something happened.
Something. All right. Well, I am going to, since he's prone on the ground, I am going to light a bonfire under his ass.
Yeah, he's
Which
so he
he succeeds on.
rolls out of the way.
And I want to actually climb up one level.
Was it? How do I shove you through line of sight? Shift or control?
Shift, I believe it is.
There it goes.
And then I'm not still targeting him, am I?
Yes. Let me clear your target for you. Oh, you got it.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to starry form the wyvern.
I don't think those things in chat work. Whatever Stream Elements did. All right, so he is going to get up. He's going to move a little bit because he doesn't want to be standing in the fire. And first levels. On pinch. So he moves up and he casts a spell.
I don't like it.
A pinch. So this twig that is smoldering a little because it has been struck by lightning is the component. And a beam of crackling blue energy lances towards Pinch, and a sustaining arc of lightning is like and just fades away as Pinch tumbles out of the way of this of this bolt of lightning or electricity or lightning it would be, because electricity, there's no Thomas Edison. There's no Thomas Edison in D&D, so there's no electricity yet. And that was his turn. Actually, he's going to 5, and then he's going to go around the corner over here, getting some much needed cover from everybody blasting at him. Pinch. See his feathery cloak go around the corner, completely getting full cover from you currently.
Movement did he have left?
He got up 15, and he moved 5, and then he moved 5, 10, 15. So he's probably right there then.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Unless he had extra movement.
Let's see, he got up. I forgot he got up, so.
Since I got this short bow in my hand, I think I'm going to use it.
That's enough to hit him as he's trying to get around the corner. He's like bleeding and
Doesn't too much.
got him in the calf. He's like, "Ow!"
And I am going to proceed in his direction and get up against this wall for some cover. And yeah, about right there. I want to make him have to come to me. Bonus action. Don't have anything that's can you pinch a good berry at your butt? Bonus action? No, you can't. Okay.
The wyvern looks down at Soleil. Soleil, are you just like mad and angry and looking up at him, or now that you're healed and unconscious?
Yeah, I don't see any reason. I do have Pass Without Trace on still, but no. As far as I know, I would not be.
You're not faking it or anything. Like,
He's also a
He
little
wouldn't.
damp from my tears.
oh
That's
yeah,
right, the healing
that was
tears.
tears. I'm sure that
from
was
his
tears
brother.
that made him damp. Well, he's going to just kind of look down at you. You're prone, and he's just going to put his hand down on your chest and just sink his claws into you. Actually, he would have advantage, but let me roll that one more time since you're prone. It wasn't a crit. So he does just kind of slashes at your chest, and you can take, yeah, and then he reaches down and he puts his huge jaw and he just snaps down at you. You're squirming underneath of his claw, and he tries to bite you. And he does. He bites down onto you. You can hear ribs crack and flesh tear as he just knocks you unconscious again. He's like, he picks you up in his jaws and he's like, those aren't tears. And actually, he's going to fly up towards Lumina. That's going to end his turn. It's right in your face, so Lumina.
Jang Lang's going to step forward and strum a little. I don't even know what the hell instrument he has. Let me check.
It's a fiddle. I don't know how he does it while he's casting spells.
Lute. He has a lute. All right, so he does a couple strums and says, "Hey," has to pick up his voice so that the other guy can hear him. Says, bartender asked why I was carrying a weapon into his tavern. I said mimics. The party laughed. Bartender laughed. Table laughed. We all killed the table. And he cast hideous laughter on him.
Oh, hideous laughter. Nice. And he fails. He thinks it's hilarious. He really thinks it's hilarious.
All right, so he is prone and incapacitated. He does get a save end, but let me add these.
I like that.
All right, and he's gonna slide forward a little bit. And this is water over here to the
Yeah,
just
that's
one more step.
a
Right.
huge waterfall right there. Actually, he would have probably had to slide forward quite a bit to cast the 30-foot range spell before he. Yeah. Yeah, anywhere in there would have been good before he would have moved first and then cast a spell, but that's fine. Anything else?
All right, and that is him.
Soleil coughs. Of course, the other characters don't know if he's dying, dead, or what yet. I don't tell nobody. Player knows. Lumina. But this wyvern's got your brother's blood dripping out of his mouth and off his claws as he comes flying up to you. He's like, "Rawr!" You see his tail whipping around and poison dripping off of it.
All right, Lumina's seen his brother do this tons of times. So he pulls out his short sword and then he like screams in anger and tries to stab the wyvern.
He's gonna try to rage.
Yeah, he's trying.
Yeah. As he
It does not work.
tries, he just squeaks out a little. The wyvern crinkles his nose a little. What was that? Oh, pinch. Jangalang.
That was Lumina trying to rage.
All right, so let me check something real quick. Here it is. Tasha's. All right, so I don't see anywhere in here that says damage does anything to him. So he's going to sit there and let's take a look.
Yeah,
Look and see how much damage it does.
with Tasha's, it does. He does get to remake or reattempt the saving throw each time he takes damage.
Yeah, at the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage, the target can make another wisdom saving throw. The target has advantage on the saving throws triggered by damage. Yeah, so that's.
Gotcha. Okay, so I do see that. All right, so he's going to. With his token selected, I cannot see the wyvern because of it's flying and everything. Can he see him?
No. The angle is too steep. He can hear him up there.
All right, so he's going to switch out to his short bow and ready in action. As soon as the Skyweaver gets hit, takes damage, then he's going to shoot him.
Pinch. Oh no, Skyweaver. So he just is it gonna do it when I pass his turn? Let's see. Because he can't do anything. He's incapacitated. He's laughing. He's like a mimic. Wait, why did it give him what was the 2 rolls for? Oh, that was Slay at the same time rolling his death saving throw. Pinch.
All right, so I'm not dropping my bow. I'm just putting it in my left hand. I'm gonna pull my dagger off my side and just. Is this guy standing or is he?
He's prone, incapacitated, and
prone.
laughing his ass off. He's like, you
Okay,
got
well
hairy
then,
feet.
yeah. Well, here. What's them hairy feet smell like? Tell me. I'm gonna move forward, rub my feet in his face, and hit one of them.
And
That's a hit.
go ahead and roll to hit Jangalang.
Roll to hit Jangalang.
Now, Jangalang was ready to, if the Skyweaver took damage, he was rolling to hit with his bow, so. Or you cannot ready. You can just waste your action. That's your sure. Did we lose him?
Yeah, he may have took a break or something.
It doesn't matter. The guy's dead anyway, so.
All right, so if I continue that way.
Oh, sorry.
Jangalang, Jangalang, give me a boost. Try to get up. And so I'm just going to move that far backwards and clear my targets. And next round, I will try to climb.
All right. Well, the Wyvern is kind of a little bit up in the air and takes a swipe at Lumina with his claw. He's getting his tail around, lined up. Gets the claw. Connects with him. Knocking concentration off of him. Knocks you up against the wall. And his tail swings around. And comes over the top and tries to stick you. Hits you. Sinking his proboscis into you, injecting poison into you, which fortunately for you, you've made the saving throw, so you only take half of the poison damage, which is enough to knock you out. So Lumina goes down, and this wyvern flies down and lands right behind Jangalang. She's like, and growls right in Jangalang's face. And Veyril is right level, like with his head. And he looks over at Veyril and he says, in Wyvern, because I don't know what Wyverns speak. No languages. Because they have a 5 intelligence. Veyril! You're like, ah!
All right, so I am going to, as a bonus action, cast Healing Word on Soleil, who is within range. Good. And then as my action, I am going to cast my very last spell on the Wyvern. I am going to do Guiding Bolt. Do I have it targeted? I can't tell because I can't see him.
You did. You dropped off here. I'll drop it on it. Oh, there you go.
Okay. And this is going to be at second level, and I'm going to use my inspiration to give myself advantage.
A 20 and a 1.
Wow.
Nice.
Drop the first one.
Yes. So you, what did you shoot him? Oh, guiding bolt. Nice.
Guiding bolt.
So you, like, your guiding bolt, like, pierces down through his back foot, like, right into the ground, and he's like restrained. He's like, hey! He's trying to flap his wings, but you did do roll damage. Give him some love. Look at all them dice. 42 points of damage to him, and he just blasts like 3 of his toes off of his back leg. He's like,
not dead?
He's not dead.
All right. Well,
Does not like you now.
and he's right next to me, isn't he?
He is. And he's
So I
got
can't-
reach.
Disengaged, little bastard. All right.
And it's his turn.
Oh, great.
So he turns, he's like, "Rawr!" And he bites at you. And he fumbles.
He hits himself in the nads.
Let me put restrained on him, because no, I don't have my effects window open. Give it a second.
Those are the good rolls on that guiding bolt. A lot of 5s and 6s.
I was gonna roll that again, but you
Oh.
can't get worse than a.
I forgot to give him the grant advantage on attack.
All right. Wait, did I just put restrained on you, Veryl?
Thanks.
Yes, you poopied a little. That's why.
Fair.
Put it on him. Set the duration, because his fumble, when he goes to move, his other toe falls off. I don't know. And when he tries to bite you, which was the other fumbled effect, was he's restrained. So I'm putting 2 rounds. Actually, he's got another full round. And but he is going to try to sting you. The stinger. At disadvantage is, ooh, you dodged out of the crit, but he got you, piercing through your flesh, doing 10 points of damage, making all of your pass without a trace go bye-bye. And see if you can resist some of this poison. But you don't. So Veryl goes down. As the poison flashes through his system.
That was
Soleil
very nearly instant death.
was pretty close.
2 more points of damage, it would have been instant death.
Let me re-roll that again just to check. That's a pretty good roll. 32 on 76. That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
All right, so Veyril, Soleil looks over right as the whatever drops him, and he sort of stumbles up to his feet, goes into a rage, leaving my sword in the ground, and I'm pulling out my bow.
And Veryl and Lumina have been bought a potion of greater healing from Spinster, cheater in chat.
Very nice.
Thank you.
7 points to the wyvern, sticking him in one of his wings.
All right, and so as I'm pulling back my bow, thinking about all the stuff that Rail does, all these different vines and weeds and things start growing up around me, and so a little surprised myself. I hadn't seen this one before, and I'm going to move 5 feet closer.
Jangalang.
All right, so Skyweaver's dead. Okay, must have been happening during my wife aggro. So he's going to.
Yeah, you could have taken a shot at him with your readied action on Jangalang after he died, but we were like, save a copper. How much an arrow is? I don't know.
All right, so I'm going to do a quick check. Look at my net. Look at the wyvern. Look at the net.
The wyvern's
And then
currently restrained. He's like trying to pull his foot out of the ground. He's like, he's missing toes off of his foot.
will it be really easy to catch him with a net now? So I'm going to. So I'm going to. He's going to turn to him and say, "Where the hell did it go? Oh, he's got Eldritch Blast too." So I'm just gonna blast him with an Eldritch Blast. Disadvantage because it's close.
An advantage because he's restrained, so it's probably going to wash. And it's a hit.
So again, strum the lute, and this blast, a musical note forms and blasts into him, and that's all he's gonna do. He's gonna try to make himself look small, move over against the wall, and get up against the wall as much as he can.
Pinch.
Come on, Pinch, kill him!
What the hell? He's still alive. Flopping around. Pinch moves forward.
That's a hit. That's going to finish him off. Because he only had 1 hit point.
Nice.
All Jingling had to do was 2, and he did 1. As the wyvern goes down, and
It's a good thing I was along on this trip, don't you think?
Just dump them in the waterfall so their bodies wash away. The wyvern, anyway.
Let's get the poison out of his tail first. I hear it's worth money.
I'm gonna chop his tail off.
but all the commotion has caused the people inside the temple to come check out what's going on outside these doors.
I forgot to let you know that I was going to go ahead and move around here.
Yeah, as the doors open, Pinch is like moving around the corner, right?
Gonna go see like who's this way. But that's as far as. No, I got a bonus action. I can dash. I just want to peek. I want to see if there's anybody coming from that way. Okay.
Vayril.
All right, Vayril is going to starry form himself and come walk down this way. And that'll be it. I can't see anybody.
Lumina.
Yeah. So do I know that these doors down here have been opened and that there are guys coming out?
I would say no, but no one said anything to you.
All right. But I did see the wyvern go down, I assume. So, Lumina's probably, just gonna start making his way down to where everybody else is. He is a little suspicious because he probably would have seen Viril transform into his starry form, so he knows something's up, but he doesn't know where it's coming from.
He wouldn't have seen Varil. He's up against the side.
Okay, all right. Yeah, he'll just move down then. So he probably moved down to there.
Yeah, when he gets to that last ledge, he sees those doors open and he can hear voices from inside the temple or the pyramid.
All right, and then he can see Viril at the end too, probably. So he'll
Yeah.
just take one step back away from the doors and ready in action, so that when they come out, he can shoot them.
An arrow ready action?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Supple bra. Nice.
So do we hear, or does Jangling hear, or see anything coming? Footsteps pounding on the concrete or anything?
He saw those two doors open and he can hear voices inside the pyramid. He can't really see so great because there's a dead wyvern in front of him.
So he's gonna crawl over here. Does he see anything?
He does. Soleil's the only one up top, so I'm going to turn the temple off. And turn those guys on.
All right, so he's right there.
I think you got to reshare the map after you.
He's gonna yell out, "There's much more right here!"
Reshare the map for what reason?
Said you're going to turn the masking off the temple or something like that.
It didn't go off for you guys?
Nah, it hasn't changed.
It did for me.
I see the inside now, whereas before I was standing on top.
All you see is
Correct.
black, right, Marbania?
Mm-hmm.
As you're supposed to, because you don't have line of sight.
There you go.
All right, so he's gonna start playing his instrument, playing the lute in an odd way. It's almost like he's playing it backwards, and mumbles a little bit.
Z
That
nav
did not
wab
work.
wa z da wa
There
da.
it is.
Like that backwards?
There we go.
It's like some Led Zeppelin shit,
Just
man.
nip. And it gets much quieter than it was a moment ago. Alright, so hoping that these are spellcasters. And he gets moved. He sees everybody else. He looks backwards. How deep is, how far is it between him and the edge of the water? Is it
How
like a
far?
10 feet drop into the water?
No, it's like 30 down there. Let me double check that.
So he's gonna use the last of his movement to go over here. And I could use some help, guys.
So Jangling's intention was just to cast silence in that square there, in that circle?
Correct.
Not to affect
So
the
if any
two
of them,
guys in the doorway, right?
correct.
Okay. And let's take off Tasha's hideous laughter that he's also concentrating on still. Pinch.
So I see nobody over here on this side of this whatever pyramid thing this is, right? Dead guy laying here. That's it. But I can hear voices from back here. So Pinch is gonna move back up here and hide behind this uh
Wyvern.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna. So let me give you a stealth roll in the tower. And I'm gonna slip my um, bow onto my back because I don't want to be holding it.
Doesn't
And
your dagger emit a light source?
I can make it emit a light source, I think. It's like a 10-foot glowing light source. Let me find it here. Razor. If the wielder speaks the name, the blade gives off a faint cold glow.
Okay, so you can activate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can, but I've got dark vision.
There's a couple like the moon, one of the moon ones. I think it's just you draw it and it's glowing. You know.
Right. And if anything comes over, I'll stab it with my. If anything comes over this wyvern, I'm gonna stab it. But so kind of ready to act.
You listen close. It says Paul is dead. Z va va z bo wa z. Play it backwards. Soleil.
Dead.
So from up here, do I see anything else? Any movement from the north or anywhere? As I've been moving down.
Let me see. What do you got? Dark vision. $60. No, you don't. All you can see is, over here. There's. Let me turn on my vision. You see some columns and stuff over here, and then like a hallway or something. It looks like it might open up into a open area over there, but you don't see any people over there. And then you can't see anything, this direction because there's a pyramid in front of you. Down on the lower steps.
All right, so saw Jangling doing something, and all of a sudden everything went quiet. Couldn't hear myself breathing. I sort of look around, make sure I'm still alive,
No, you're not
and
silenced.
keep moving.
Oh, what is the range of silence?
It's a 20-foot sphere.
Yeah, I guess you are silent. In silence. Barely, though. Like at the edge of silence.
So I'm going to move down, hop down, slide over as I pull out I'll drop my bow on the bottom rung there where Jangling is, his level, and draw out my sword.
So I only moved you to there because when you get down there, you can see those two guys in the doorway there.
All right, so I'm going to move over and slash at that half-dried mustache, horseshoe mustache. Has enough problems with life right now, so I'm going to go ahead and take out the Seeker, number 8.
As he dodges out of the way.
All right, so anybody in that sphere around me is in difficult terrain, as all these vines and stuff are suddenly flow up and out through the doorway.
What's that?
And there is no visual effect for silence, correct? They would have no reason to know it's there, the people inside. So as they move up, they wouldn't know until they try to talk or cast a spell or do something, correct?
Your character's not positive of that. First time he's ever experienced silence.
All right. That is it.
All right, so this guy pulls out some kind of glowing dart. And he like spins it around in his hand, and it kind of hovers around his hand and twirls, and then he flings it at Soleil, which he tries to hit him with it. What the hell? Try that one more time. No, it's not letting me do that because of your sphere. Try it this way. And he fumbles. So he goes, bounces off of a vine and freaking falls to the ground. So you guys that are in the doorway there, see another one of these Skyweaver guys move into the silence area, and he kind of hesitates and he looks around. He kind of tries to find the edge of the silence. So he's kind of like circling and moving. Oops. Kind of does a couple of shimmy shams and moves around. Is up over here as his action. Because he is a spellcaster and he kind of needs to be able to talk. This guy. Moves 30 feet, and you see he's got another one of those darts in his hand. Oops. And he is going to chuck that at Soleil.
That could take verbal components.
No, it doesn't. It just takes a shoulder to throw it. And he has advantage.
So I'm using Seeker as a meat shield.
Yeah, he's got a -2 with advantage on his Seeker dart, is what it is. He chucks this thing, and it goes, and it sticks into you, and when it does, lightning bursts out of it and goes. Let me double check what this does. Piercing plus the lightning damage. So that's already coded. So there you go. He's like falls over. Soleil does. And I'm sure does your intertwining vines go away? Veyril.
All right. Vavriel doesn't really know that. He's gonna step down to here.
Oh, I need to. Actually,
Let me
Veyril,
through.
before you do that, you do see a light source coming from that direction.
Okay.
And I think you can peek down there, and I'm just going to drop you here and let you decide what square you want to be in.
All right.
Makes it easier if you're in that square, but
Yeah, I'll be right there. Is fine.
this guy's got like a torch in his hand. He's like got one of those sparkly, shiny daggers that.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna cast Bonfire on him.
Shoelaces catch on fire.
And then
Just the plastic tips
I'm
melt off, though. That's 1 point of damage. Just the. Those have a name too. The plastic tip on a shoelace. I forget what they're called. And you shoot him. Thunk. 7 points of damage. He's like, ah!
And then I'm gonna run
Run
back
around
to
like.
there. I don't think I can make it around the corner.
Let's see. 5, 10. And you moved up how far? Yeah, no.
10.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
Let's put you there. Why am I
Still got Tasha's laughter is still on Skyweaver 7.
I deleted the concentration off of jangling. I guess I gotta. He's still laughing, and he's like,
And laugh.
Lumina.
All right. So Lumina sees, saw his brother go down, and
I do want to comment on that. That's kind of nice that even a skip dead still doesn't bypass an ongoing effect. That's kind of nice. Go ahead, Valtrex. What's Lumina doing?
Yeah, so Lumina, sees his brother go down. He's fighting some guys in the doorway, but he can't see him, so he's gonna climb down 5 feet to the west. Um, so if you could put me over there, Drake. I assume I can't move myself through the vision blocking.
Yeah, you want to be probably here
Right there.
on top of the wyvern.
Oh, the wyvern. Yeah, that's fine. Because he climbs down to there and then it moves back a little bit to get a better shot at these guys. What can he see from there?
So Pinch is ready to action. Goes off. He said anything that climbs over the wyvern, he's gonna attack.
Okay.
I mean, the letter of the law, right? The letter of the law.
I did say anything that climbs over the wyvern, I'm going to attack it. So.
Well, technically, I was already on this side of the wyvern, so I didn't climb over it.
Oh, you know how lucky you are.
What's Lumina's what's he trying to do? Shoot at the guys in the doorway?
Yeah, I want to
Well,
shoot.
he's gonna have to be on the wyvern or at least here.
Okay. All right. Now he wants to be one to the south, actually, because I'm going to shoot at half-dried horseshoe mustache. And let's see if this works.
That is fixed, by the way. That extension, it sticks to 100% now. Doesn't remember it was going down to 10% all the time. It is working. I haven't had to reset it.
Yeah, since the last update.
Oh, so you shoot your longbow at this guy, you stick him right in the chest, and he goes down. He's like, thud.
Lumina's surprised he was that easy to get rid of. So I'm trying to figure out my movement. Let's see, 5, 10. Yeah, he's got enough movement to move all the way back next to Pinch. So he's on the other side of the wyvern. So there.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Actually, yeah, I'll give it to you. He can slide down.
Yeah, because I've got 35 feet of movement, not just 30.
Oh, perfect. So I didn't cheat for you.
Not this time.
Not this time. So this guy is going to... come out here. And do some karate chopping on Jangalang. What's he got? 2 melee attacks. So he's like, wah! Misses with the first one as Jangalang dodges out of the way. But he does a knee to the Jangalang's chin and just grazes him enough to make his silence go away. Vayril, you see another guy come around the corner. Come on. Hook up with his buddy there.
Company.
Lumina, top of round 7.
All right. I don't know if I can shoot over the wyvern, but I'll at least kind of step up onto the wyvern so I can get kind of a more downward shot at Hurricane and take a
Yeah,
shot with my
if you
longbow.
take a double move to get up onto the Wyvern, then you'll have a clean shot at the Hurricane.
Yeah, exactly. I will do that.
And hold on a second. Oh, he dodged. They do have deflect arrows, so I have to remember to
Okay.
use that. The Hurricanes do.
Shoot. So he misses and will just move back, and that's it.
So yeah, Matt the Curie bought Soleil. You wimpy ass push him. That's enough to get him up.
Is half a potion.
Half a push. 2 points. It was 4. It's a little as low as you could do. So this guy does not even look down at Soleil and chucks his dart at Jangalang. So that's going to make him lose his advantage because he is now in melee combat with Soleil, even though he's prone and just laying there. But he does chuck his Seeker Dart at Jangalang, which is a hit, doing 13 points of damage. You see the electricity come out of the dart. As the Hurricane turns and starts swinging and kicking at Jangalang, and is going to, let me see one thing real quick. He's just going to karate chop on him. Karate chop. Miss. Karate chop. 2 misses. Jangling's like right on the edge of this 30-foot cliff that falls down into a rushing waterfall that plummets 200 feet. And you see the guy like trying to work him towards the edge, but not doing a very good job. I need to turn on my map thing. Hold on one second. Center on map. I get tired of moving the map around. As this guy sees Veyril and chucks his Seeker Dart that has a range of 120. Double check that. Yeah, 120 is the range. At Veyril. With advantage, and it's a crit. With an effect. Quadruple damage. Ooh. Get this twice. So, 48 points of damage. That kills you, doesn't it?
No. I didn't take 48.
Oh, you have
exceeded my hit
resistance.
points by 8.
You take another 24. That does kill you. 24 plus 8 is 32.
I'm below 0, but I'm not at minus. I'm not dead. I don't think so.
So had you
Oh,
taken 48 points of damage in one hit?
you just rolled the 24. Yes. Veyril is dead.
Blast as a dagger shears right off his head. Electricity shoots out, his head falls to the ground. Thud. Pinch sees a head kind of roll around the corner and look blankly at him. Soleil.
All right, so I'm going to stand up and rage again.
Flumps. Flumps.
And rising up from this dead hatred, initiate his cloak billows a bit, and this flump rises up and explodes. But I'm
Over here somewhere.
moving first. Neither one of these have been hit at all. So he's gonna be one up.
Wouldn't you put him there to get both of them?
Yeah,
Oh, then
but
it would get
me
you.
too.
Yeah, that would get you too. So the guy who fails as the flump sprays juice all over him. Taking 5 points of flump juice damage. I imagine it's kind of acidy.
And I'm going to disengage and move back.
For your action, disengage. Yeah. Initiate Seeker 10. So he is moving forward. And as he moves forward, he's going to chuck his Seeker Dart at Jangalang. Hitting him. Down goes Jangalang. This guy is moving up. Oops. Pinch.
All right. So it sounds like bad shit's going on over there. Pinch can't see nothing, so he's gonna crawl up on this wyvern. 10, 20. He's got this hurricane right below him. And yeah, shit. I should have moved to that spot.
That's
But
fine.
really, I couldn't. Yeah, I can see a lot of people. Oh, what the hell's that? Oh, it's a flump. What the hell is that? Okay. So this guy right here, you know, he looks like he's been picking on my buddy Jingling and McDingading.
He actually has been missing, but he's sticking, doing 9 points of damage.
And I'm going to. I can't bonus action disengage and dash. I'm kind of stuck here.
You could draw your short sword and bonus action stick him again.
I could, since I've got nothing else to do. So I'll do that offhand.
I mean, if you're just gonna stay here,
If I could hit.
that's a hit.
Yeah.
Another 9 points of damage to him.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm stuck.
So Pinch sees another one of those guys that was riding the wyvern step out. He looks around and he sees Pinch up on the top of this dead wyvern, and you see his eyes squint, and he looks mad. But it took all of his movement to get out there. Top of the round, Pinch.
Well, man, you look mad, bro. You mad, bro?
He's like, you will pay for your insolence.
Yeah. Let's try to make this guy pay for.
Oh wait, hold on a
Not
second,
diabetic.
Pinch. Before you do that, Bioweapon has bought you a random teleport onto the battle map. And since you're at the edge of a precipice and it's a 200-foot drop off, I'm gonna let you roll for what
Wait a minute,
direction
I hit
you
the
go.
guy first. I hit him before you said that, so at least give me the hit before you teleport me, because I did hit him before you said. Before you do that,
You're like, roll
all
damage.
right. What is? Which isn't much, but okay. Now, what do I roll? A D12, like
A D12 for direction,
for
and a
like
D8 for how
clock?
many squares you go. Yeah, for 12 o'clock, correct. Being a 4 o'clock, and how many squares? 8. So
Like 8 somewhere over in here. Fuck.
wait, 8 squares is 40 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So wait, let me shift it. So there you go. Teleport
What
inside the pyramid.
What the hell? Okay, so then I'm going to look around, see those dudes that were by the door.
Yeah, these
And
doors
I'm
over
gonna,
here are open now.
I'm gonna run up behind that pole right there and bonus action hide.
He's like, oh shit. He gets behind the pole. He's like looking around. This place is lit inside too, so. Jangalang rolling his death saving throws. Soleil.
All right, so a little flump action again.
Can you move the flump?
It appears every round. It appears somewhere within 30 feet of me.
So you're gonna put him here? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
All right, cool. Nice. Dropped one of them. The one that Pinch just stuck. Oh no, it wasn't that guy.
All right, so I'm digging through my pouch and grab one of my potions. It's either a potion of growth or a potion of healing.
Apparently, your penis is still the same size.
All right, so I'm holding my sword in
But
front
it's
of me,
healed.
waiting for them to come toward me.
So this guy is going to do just that. He's going to step out 10, 15, 20,
Now, this wyvern is not a 10 by
25.
10 square. Can I see Lumina behind it?
Lumina's, I mean, the wyvern is a 10 by 10 square. He is a large creature. But Lumina is, climbing up and stuff, so he's back there. So yeah, you can see him, but I don't know what you're trying to do. I mean, if you were trying to shoot him, you'd have a neg 5. But the Howling Hatred does come out, and he's gonna throw one of his darts at you. Oops, he does have advantage. Which is a hit.
It's a part of his attack or something that gives him advantage?
Yeah,
Or am I still prone or what?
no range. They gain advantage on the attack roll. It's part of the weapon. Lumina.
All right. Lumina will climb back up on this wyvern to see what he can see. Now, do I recognize this Skyweaver as like one of those spellcasting guys?
That does lightning bolts and crap like that? Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot at him after. Yeah. So I'll climb up there. Do I have a -2 because of the hurricane in the way?
On the Skyweaver, no, you're above. You're up high, so you can shoot down over the top of him. I'll give you a clear line of sight on him.
All right, great. I will take a shot at him.
All right, before you roll damage,
Doesn't matter, I missed. Oh my
you
gosh.
see Jangalang, and you see like blood coming out of his mouth and stuff, and you see like his back starts like wiggling, and crawling out of his bag comes a monkey, and he's not wearing any pants. He pulls out his bowler hat and he puts it on, and he looks up at the Skyweaver, and he doesn't even poop in his hands. He just turns and bends over and shoots out a spray of poop that just covers the Skyweaver's complete side, like as we have Clyde the Poosling and Monkey, brought to you by Marbania. Cheater in the chat. Yep, Clyde is a Poosling and Monkey that chat rewards can buy, and has no actually effect on the game, but it's fun. All right, so Lumina, you missed with your arrow, but you got a
Yeah.
bit of entertainment. You got a bit of entertainment.
I didn't want Gorgio coming along and throwing shit at us, so.
That's
Oh
good.
yeah, it's bad enough already.
I want you guys to welcome Denadane over. This is the guy that introduced me to D&D when I was a junior in high school, and I finally got
no
him over.
kidding.
Yeah,
They had
yeah, so.
they had high school back then?
Well, it's been a long time ago. Fuck you,
I
Greg.
thought it was Little House on the Prairie. You all just
Yeah,
sat in the
fuck off,
same
come on,
classroom
you
for
little
12
bitch.
grades. This guy's like, where you going? I can't see. It's dark back here. Actually, it's not that dark. And he's going to come jogging up. And that's all he can do. Ah, the Skyweaver. So the Skyweaver looks down at Jangalang looks at all this poo on him, and is gonna cast invisibility on himself.
So because the poo's not part of him, do we just have this poo outline?
No, but you can smell it. You can smell it. I give you a bonus on your active perception checks to find him. Let me drop concentration on himself. And he is now going to move. The hurricane
You gonna rock me?
No, he saw Lumina shooting at him, so he is going to 5'10". He's going to climb up onto the pyramid, 15, 20, and he's going to move over to here. I need to hold shift. So he's in this square right here. And he's going to untarget Jangalang, and he's targeting Lumina with Gust of Wind.
Can I use my inspiration to get advantage on this?
You sure can.
All right, I have it selected.
Nice.
Oh, good thing I did that.
Yes, because you would have been gusted of wind.
Although that would have been a pretty epic way to die.
Tumble down 1,000 feet below.
Ah, nice.
Come on, anybody. To the land of the lost. No.
Oh, so that's
I know it. I just
that's a
don't know the.
concentration too. So he's got this blast of wind going from up there, like you're like, and you grab a hold of the wyvern's wing and you're just holding on. You're like, yeah, as this gust of wind's blowing, and you see that the wyvern is kind of lifting up a little because you got his wing kind of stretched out. He's kind of wiggling towards the edge a little closer. Damn bodies. So this guy comes around the corner with a torch in his hand. You can see he's got one of those seeker darts in his hands, and he had to finish his movement to get over Veyril's dead body, or the other guy's dead body. It's hazardous terrain. And Lumina.
All right. I want to get away from this wind. Do I have to do anything at the start of my turn, or am I okay?
I don't think so. Let me double check that though. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Gust of wind. A long line of wind, 60 feet long, 10 feet wide, blasts from you in a direction you choose for the spell's duration. Each creature that starts its turn in the line. Oh, so that was what you already did. You already started. I had you roll instantly, but
Right.
that was actually your roll, so you're good to go. Any
Okay.
creature in the line must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 feet it moves when moving closer to him. The gust dissipates gas, vapor, and extinguishes candles, torches, and similar unprotected flames in the area. It causes protected flames, such as those of lanterns, to dance wildly, and 50% to extinguish them. And he can, as a bonus action, change the direction of the line.
All right. Well, Lumina is going to try to get away from some of these guys. He will climb over the wyvern. Yeah, probably to there.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
All right, and then he's got a little bit of cover here, and he sees this other guy, but he reaches into his pouch and pulls out his last healing potion and feeds it to Jangalang.
Does it affect Jangalang? Didn't die, did he?
I hope not.
No.
All right.
No, actually, he made 2 successful death saving throws. Which get reset. And with that, let's at the end of Lumina's turn, let's take our 10-minute break. Let's take her.
Pretty good.
That was a quick hour and a half, believe it or not. But we're gonna take a 10-minute break, get some potty breaks and some refreshments and stuff. You guys can take a break too, but you got to come back in like 10 minutes. So I'm going to start a timer. I'm going to set it for 21:45 and start that. And then I'm going to put on the slideshow and some pretzel for your listening pleasure. So we'll be back here in about 10 minutes. So see you guys in a minute. All right. We are continuing with this murder scene. So, the Howling Hatred that's got the gust of wind gets to go now. No, that's not him. Sorry. It's this guy back here that's going to move around the corner and get to about here. And you see him with his big eyes, looks and sees the dead Skyweaver here, sees the dead Wyvern, and he looks around and sees Varil's headless body laying there, looks up, and he's got one of his seeker darts out, and pinch.
Is this guy on the inside or the outside of the?
He's on top. He's outside.
He's outside on top. Okay. Now I can't really see over here because of line of sight, so I want to just kind of peek my head around the corner here to see what I can see. Okay. Um.
There's a flump
So
and
right, I would.
a Skyweaver. No, the Skyweaver's up top. Sorry, he's outside. This guy is.
I would like to try to sneak up behind this dude and attack him right there.
Wait, which dude?
This half-dried.
The dead guy there?
They were out of your line of sight when they died, so that's why you can't tell.
Oh,
And he never removes tokens anymore, so you have to
those
click
are all.
everything to see if it's dead.
This guy's laying down on the ground, and so is the guy next to him.
Okay, I can't even click on him. It doesn't show him dead for me. So, oh, once I target him, it does. Well, cool. Then Pinch will sneak ever so slowly over here to the door. Actually, if I could catch sight of that guy, I'm gonna bonus action dash to here and have at him through the kind of step into Lumina's space and then back out and end up right here where I'm at. Right.
That's a hit.
Awesome.
That's enough to drop him.
All right, I want to continue to move here to see if I can see anything.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 feet to get to where you're currently at.
Wait a minute. I was 5.
Remember, the
10,
dead bodies
15.
are difficult
Yeah,
terrain.
20. 20.
Uh-huh.
Right? It was 25 to there. 35. Step out. Okay, so I wouldn't step back in there. I'd step right behind him then. That would give me the movement. I see what you mean. Stepping out and then back into it's double.
Yeah, and
Oh,
moving
shit.
through his space is also
Yeah.
double, so.
Not for me. Halfling.
Oh yeah, through Lumina's space, it would not be double. No, I believe it is actually. Double check that. I think it is actually
No, it's
double terrain to move through. You can do it, but I think it's double.
yeah. Let's see here.
Soleil. Yeah, it's double. I was playing a character last night and I read that. 2 size categories bigger. Well, halfling's a little different, but
You said there's a person next to Lumina. Wouldn't I be able to see him then?
Yeah, you can see the Skyweaver up here on the edge of the on the edge of the. Let me put him like. Where's he at? There he is. Let me put him like there, so you can see him.
I thought the Skyweaver was invisible.
He is invisible. Sorry.
All right, so then I don't see him.
You can
Correct.
smell him over there. Smells like peanut butter.
So I'm going to call out to Jang Lang and Lumina. Either of you all have potions? And I'm going to step up. 10 feet there. I was just looking through Jang Lang stuff. It doesn't look like he has any healing potions. Nope. Okay. Lumina, do you have any healing potions?
No, I used my last to revive Jangling.
All right, so I'm going to use my action to pick up my bow, strap it on my back.
So this guy climbs on. Actually, he stops short and he readies Seeker Arrow. Because you can see the hurricane up top that's got gust of wind going. He's like, wait a moment. I'll clear the wyvern off for you. And Jangalang.
And sort of pat Lumina on the shoulder. Speed is 30. And so he's going to run over here. And as he's doing it, he's going to do a healing word on Soleil. And so this hurricane is blasting the wind. Since he's 10 feet up, we can see him, can't we?
5 feet up, but yeah, you definitely know he's up there. I mean, who's we?
Jangling in this instance. And it's a miss. So I had to blast him with his Eldritch Blast.
So from behind Jangalang, a hand reaches out and touches Jangalang on the back of the head, and Jangalang gets electricity shooting out of this guy's hand that was invisible, who is no longer invisible, as shocking grabs goes on Jangalang, which starts to cook him a little. And the hurricane on the top turns his gust of wind and starts walking forward and blows the wyvern right off and goes swooping down into the... And this button. Moving forward and blasting you guys back with his gust of wind, trying to blow you off the edge. You know, he's up top a lot. I just got him on the map, but he's actually kind of on an angle, blasting at you guys. So, gust of wind, let's see, 15 foot, I think.
Wouldn't they
Let's
be
see.
able to move against the wall and not get blown off?
Well,
Except for Soleil?
he's kind of angling it down. He's trying to blast him like a leaf blower off of the freaking edge there, kind of blasting him down on an angle. 2 feet, let's see, 60 feet long, 10 feet wide. Yeah, so he's kind of like trying to sweep the leaves off of the crack here. On Pinch, I'm going to give Pinch and Lumina advantage because they're like in the doorway and they can grab a hold of that stuff. So both of you guys go ahead and click advantage.
I'm good.
Soleil, you're the one that doesn't get advantage. But let me target everybody.
I should have advantage because of danger sense and my rage.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to give it to you automatically. But go ahead and click it just in case.
Always keep one eye open. That's much easier for me than it is for you.
Why did it just do... Oh wait, did I not? Oh, okay. Let me untarget Lumina since you made it. I'm not going to make you do it again.
Thanks.
What the hell? It's not showing you guys as targeted. I don't understand. It is showing the yellow circles, but okay, let's do it this way. There we go. So he's blasting you guys. Who failed? Uh-oh. Can't see, who, let's see, Pinch made it. Howling Hatred Initiate failed, so he gets pushed 15 feet backwards. His body comes sliding down that way. Jangalang failed. Where's Jingling at? Oh, he's back there. So he gets pushed 15 feet backwards. And delay save. Skyweaver failed. So 15 foot backwards. Yeah, he's like, he's just blasting you guys. And then he like steps down onto the bottom, and he's like just trying to blast you off of the ledge, you know, pushing you this direction. Finally,
You
his
can take
head's like,
Vayreal out of the combat tracker if you want.
well, he finally failed enough death saving throws that he actually died. Let's see.
Oh, he was already dead and couldn't be healed.
Well, that's what you guys assumed. Not one character checked to put his head back on or anything, but I'm just saying. Howling Hatred Seeker number... Oh. So he's going to step forward and chuck a dart at Pinch. With advantage.
Really?
Yeah, they get anybody that's got halfling size, they get advantage on. So he throws this freaking seeker dart and it goes and it hits Pinch right in the eye. And doing 21 points of damage. And Pinch's eye just cooks and kind of pops out of the socket a little as he is also blinded.
So that was a called shot.
No. No called shot. No called shots in 5e. How long does it say he's blinded for 1 round? Pinch, where is he at? In the combat tracker. And that was his turn. The Hurricane. So he's going to move up over here. Oh, this is a guy with the wind. Oh, so he's still doing the leaf blower thing. Targeting everybody on this ledge. Which is...
So Vayreal
Lumina
left
succeeds.
Lumina his inspiration when he died. So Lumina can use that for his to save.
Yeah, Varel didn't have inspiration. He already used it.
It was burned on a guiding bolt to get crit.
So the Howling Hatred, that guy fails. Yeah, I'm gonna blow him off into the water over here. And let's see, Jangalang succeeds, and everybody else succeeded. Wait, except for Pinch didn't. Pinch gets blown back 15. 5, 10.
And the Spellweaver didn't make
15.
his roll at all.
Which one? Oh, that guy on the end? Yeah, let me throw that on him real quick. And he fails, so he does get blown off the edge back here. Wow! So you see him like go off the edge. And he is going to burn a 3rd level spell slot. No longer invisible. Let me take that off of him. As he comes flying back up, all wet. Water dripping off of him.
Isn't he still in the wind?
Yeah, he's like, as he gets to the edge, and he kind of gets around the edge over here out of the blast, you know. Lumina.
All right. I want to get out of the wind, so I'll move over, and then from
The
there.
wind is 10 feet wide.
Oh, it's 10 feet wide. Okay.
Yeah, 60 feet long. So you can go inside.
And he go up?
He can go inside for sure. Yeah, he could climb up if he
So
wants.
I can move straight forward though, right? Towards
Yeah,
him?
but it's double movement to get there
That's
because
fine.
you're
I'll
against the wind.
I'll move straight forward and pull out my short sword and stab him in the face.
He's like, don't hit me because I've only got 1 hit point this whole time. Yeah! And the wind stops. Did you drop him?
And then I duck inside the doorway. Yeah, to there.
Oh, you kind of got to
Oh, got caught.
go around.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
Jangalang.
All right, so Jangalang. Bunch of choices. Let's see.
Pinch has bought a potion of healing from Spinster Cheater in chat. Thought you were going to get to roll up a new character? Not.
I was sitting there thinking about what could I be?
All right, so Jangalang sort of closes his eyes, steps forward into a mist, and reappears. Right there as his bonus action. And then he's going to turn to this initiate that's standing there.
Wait. Those 2 guys are dead.
No, the one in front of number 18 over here.
Oh, well, you got 8 and Mustache targeted. Ah. Number 18. Ah, he misses him.
All right, and then for his movement, he's going to move in.
Was that a bonus action to Misty Step or whatever it was?
Yes. He's running back here.
So this guy is gonna move up and throw one of his darts at Soleil. Oh, I need to hit the advantage button. Hits Soleil. Lightning shoots out of it. And Soleil's critical. Pinch.
I think Pinch is blinded, and he can hear this commotion going on around him.
No, Pinch is no longer blinded. Actually, yeah, he's blinded till the end of his turn.
So, I think I'm gonna play dead. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna lay here and play dead until I can see.
Yeah, drop the
And I'm
prone on yourself.
I'm gonna hold my action, and as soon as I can see something, I'm gonna stab it. If it's within
Anything?
reach.
Like
As soon as I see an enemy within reach, I'm gonna stab it. So I'm gonna hold my action. I'm gonna put prone on myself.
All right, Soleil. Prone and readied.
Yep. If the effect went.
All right. Well, I do know there's that spellcaster behind us. So I'm going to move up to here. And I'm going to lean back and throw my greatsword at this guy. What do you want me to? It's only 5 feet away, but what do you want me to roll?
You got to be more specific. When you lean back and throw at a guy, I don't see you targeting anybody, and you haven't moved anywhere. So who's 5 feet away?
Yeah. Well, I did
Oh,
move 10 feet.
I just got a error. Scripts manager spell token drop Lua. Somebody using a spell token?
No, I just added a spell to my character sheet.
It's a invalid name. Whatever that drop Lua 37 Crete child invalid name. Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
He said he's working on that. All right, let me see. Movement. It took a while for your movement to show up, so you're gonna move over there and throw your greatsword at number 18.
Correct.
So you're not proficient at throwing a greatsword, so you're gonna be you don't have your proficiency bonus, which is what level are you
Okay.
guys?
4. It's
+2, so -2.
+2.
Yeah, so
Okay.
do a -2 in the modifier box. And 5 feet with a greatsword, I think, is short range, so you don't have any. Chuck that thing.
And I'm going to use my inspiration for this.
He's like, I just imagine the scene in the Robin Hood with Kevin Costner, where what was the big slave guy's name? He's like, and hits the witch with the scimitar or whatever it was. Nice. So you hit this guy. Give me a strength athletics check too. And if you beat him by 5 or more, what you do, him and your sword go off the edge. Kerbloosh! Like sticks
And then
in
I'm
him and
moving
it
in.
flings him off the edge. And you get initiative on the top of the round. Finish your move from last round.
All right. So I'm going to take out my longbow. I'm going to move over until I can see. Let me see if I can see the other guy.
But you know the other guy's outside the pyramid. Over here.
So I'm going to try to move there, see if I can see him.
You know the guy is on the outside of the pyramid.
Isn't there one down here? Right, but next to the guy I just killed.
There is a guy here. Outside. Next to the guy you just... Oh, I see what you're saying. You're trying to
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
get
To
line
where
of
I can see
sight
him.
on him.
You got advantage on it too. From the chat.
Man.
Cheater.
I'm going to move up to there.
Now you can see him. Well, you got the other guy targeted, the guy that you blasted. There you go. I'm going to give you a -2 through the doorway.
Thank you, Denny Dane. I appreciate you.
-2, but with advantage from Denny Dane
well, I'm
in the chat.
taking my shot.
He hasn't been wounded yet. Or has he? Supple bra. He has now.
All right, that is a hit.
Yeah. Thanks to the advantage in chat.
As I lean against the wall, wait for it, and as soon as he steps out a little bit, let go and slams into him. And then, just for argument's sake, I'm going to move 5 feet more, and that'll end my turn.
Pinch. You're like laying there. Finally, you
See now.
pull this thing out of your eye. You're laying on the ground.
I can't see. What's wrong? I got my eyes closed. I look around and I don't see anybody except this dude right here. Helling Hatred.
Yeah, and he's like holding an arrow shaft that's like stuck just below his jugular vein, and he's like trying to wiggle it out of his chest cavity.
All right, so I'm going to use half my 10 feet to stand. Gives me 15 feet left. 5, 10, 15.
It's a
I'm gonna
house
use
rule,
my
by the way. Halflings are short, so
halflings are short.
I don't know
And
what the Rexford rule is. I don't know if you would take 15, but
oh, everybody's inside. That's where they went. Well, he looks inside. He looks over here. He's like, you know what? And he steps forward. He's going to use his cunning action to dash that 5 feet. And he's going to take a swing.
he sees his body kind of barely staying afloat with a greatsword gets swept down the waterfall.
And I'm going to use my inspiration to attack at advantage.
That's a hit. It's got one hit
Good.
point left, so
And if he goes down, let's see, so that was another 5, so then I've got 10. Is this guy alive? I didn't even see that dude there. Well then.
this guy? Which guy?
Spellcaster should be the only one left.
You know, no, they're everybody in the doorway's laying on the ground.
Okay, so I can move to that right there.
It's just double
Well, that's
movement
not.
to get across the dead
Yeah,
bodies.
let me do this. Right there.
So that you got 25 left.
Actually, no, I'd be standing on top of that guy.
Lumina.
All right. Lumina doesn't know what's going on out in the hallway, so he is going to move out there and take a look. So he'll move through pinch of space, move out into the hallway. Okay, those guys are all dead. Doesn't see anybody. It seems like everybody's dead. So he will just move right back into the room.
Jangling.
All right, so Jangalang,
Don't waste that action.
Hey, you never know.
he's gonna look at his spell slots.
Looking at his spell slots. Got all of his first level spells left.
All right, so
No, he should have one less. He used
Jangalang is right there by the
Tasha's
door.
hideous laughter.
Actually, he's so he's gonna do a little healing word, aloe vera, to Soleil.
Aloe vera.
Methylade.
And that's all he's doing. I'll find it here somewhere. I'll pass turn.
Well, looky what I see. I see a halfling standing in the doorway.
Isn't he in the water?
No, he's flying.
Oh, what a douche.
And he's going to try Witch Bolt. Wait, what's the range? 30 feet. Yep. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's a hit. Hey, does it do it? A beam of crackling blue energy lances out towards a creature within range, forming a sustained arc of lightning between you and the target. On a hit, the target takes D12 lightning damage, and he can continue to do that automatically.
Hold your concentration.
Yeah. Let me give you the D12. 12 points. And that sucks for you because he is concentrating on it as he's cooking you. Top of the round, Pinch. You're gonna take some more love. You did that kick off a death saving throw on you?
Yes, it did.
As he starts to move a little forward, all you guys that were trying to make him fall in the waterfall, thinking about it, you missed your chance. That whole end of the turn, top of the round, Pinch makes another death saving throw, or fails it, you don't know. And Jangling.
All right, so I'm just looking through his stuff real quick. He has all right, so looking at the situation, is it possible for him to move up and grab some part of Pinch that's not being zapped, like his pant leg, and drag him out of the doorway?
You're going to have to drag him, out of the reach of the spell, which is 30 feet. However, Pinch has been body potion of heal from Denny Dane in chat.
Oh, my brother. But he's still got this bolt going on me.
Mm-hmm. At 5, 10, 15, 20. I think if
So
you
I'm gonna try
drag him
grab.
over here.
So I still have 15 feet of movement plus whatever. I'm using my action to pull whatever that does for it as well.
Let's take a
I'm just
look
trying to get him
at.
out of that doorway.
Let's take a look at Pinch. What is you and all your gear weigh? Because Jangling only has an 8 strength.
I can push or
85.
drag 240 pounds.
37
Yeah.
pounds plus I'm 45 pounds.
Right, but lift, push, and drag 240 pounds, you can move it 5 feet.
Right. Well, I'm. Where's my?
He's 1/3 of that.
Pinch is
journal. Identity.
37
I'm 55.
plus
I'm 80. I'm about 85 pounds.
85 pounds.
55 and 35. 90. 90 pounds.
And let's see, where's Jangling's?
Yes, 240. So it's just over half. I mean, double. Will be 160. There's still 80 left. Just under a third.
Maximum, yeah. So you're maximum encumbered with a pinch, but you're not heavily encumbered, meaning you only move 5 feet. So yeah, you can drag him.
Right. So I'm gonna go at least the 10 feet if I can.
Let me ask Pinch, since he's conscious, do you allow
I do
him
not
to?
resist.
Okay.
Actually, I don't have much choice right now because I'm going like.
All right, and then my bonus action. Checking out the various things I'm gonna.
I need to retro a minor thing real quick. The Skyweaver flew over in front of Pinch on the ledge here, and then cast the spell. 10 feet away instead of 30 feet away. That's the only thing I'm changing. Which doesn't change a thing, but I just clarifying something. Go ahead, Changeling, finish up.
All right, and that should have drug him through because of the doorway.
Yeah,
Electricity doesn't
the
curve
arc,
around corner.
right? The arc doesn't
Perfect.
metagame
Awesome.
properly for Changeling.
So I'm going to look up at Soleil and say, "You may look like a yo-yo, but we believe in you." Give him bardic inspiration.
Denny Dane, it's not a cheat when you use the stuff in chat. It's a cheat when the players use stuff in the chat. So. But it's allowed. Soleil.
All right, so he's going to do a run by arrow to the face hole.
Drive-by shooting on the Skyweaver. You have one of the supple bra still targeted.
And I will use the inspiration if it is necessary.
What do you mean if it's necessary?
Because you can check after you roll.
Do what?
I'm going to give it a shot, see if it'll help.
Wait. What inspiration? Oh, the bardic inspiration. I got you. A 1?
Nope.
Wait, let's see. Drop the 1 into the modifier box. Redrag that to the Skyweaver, and no.
So I look up and see everybody all bunched together. So I quickly swerve. I'm going to run a total of 30 feet. All right, so move out to there. And then he's done.
Lumina.
All right. Lumina will do the same thing, basically. Run in front of the door, look out, see if he can see this guy. And take a shot at him.
That's a hit.
And I'll go ahead and mark this guy as my favorite foe as well. So I get some extra damage from that.
You are going to do the first wound on this guy.
I forgot about my flumps. Oh well. Next turn.
18 points. Nice.
I blame
And-
Chang Lang.
And he'll just keep moving and, go up against the wall, kind of hide a little bit.
Top of the round is Lumina.
All right. Pop back out, do the same thing.
Drive-by shooting on a Skyweaver. Go ahead and finish your move where you're going to end up.
I want to move actually back right where I was.
Okay, so go ahead and shoot
So
him.
that, yeah.
You hit. That's right.
That's a
He
hit.
didn't get a chance to cast Mage Armor on himself yet. Actually, he would have had a chance, but... Oh well, it's like the flump. I didn't do it, so... Pinch.
So Pinch kind of comes to his senses a little bit. He's laying here on the ground. So I'm not going to bother putting prone on there. I'm going to dig around in my backpack, and I've got 2 potions of healing, and I'm going to pop the cap on one and drink it, and I'm going to hand the other one to Jangalang. So, potion of healing to myself. And I'm going to go ahead and tick this off because it just gets it out of my inventory. Damn, Jangalang, you're standing over me and bleeding all over me. What the hell? Here, take this.
He can. It's not his turn.
Well, I'm just handing it to him. He can take it when it's his turn if he wants to.
Are you done?
Oh, yep. Sorry. No, I'm going to stand up. And get up against the wall.
So he sees Soleil back there. And he's gonna chuck a ray of frost at him. That's a hit. Some cold damage. 4 points. He's gonna shift over here and as well is gonna start the drive-by shooting tactic that you guys are using. Jangalang.
All right, so as he hands me the potion of healing, my eyes light up, and my offhand, I hit a chord, use prestidigitation, and it glows. As he holds it up, raises it, the last healing potion of the party, and we'll drink it down.
Then he fumbles and drops it on the ground, and it shatters.
And then he's going to stand up. Well, he was just bent over, dragging him, but he's going to move back behind this pillar. And sort of catch his breath leaning back against the pillar. Takes the empty vial, puts it in his pouch.
Soleil.
All right, so Soleil's going to move up.
You used your bardic inspiration, right?
Well, I rolled a 1, so I don't know if that would really be called using it.
You used it poorly?
All right, is that hurricane still alive outside the door?
No, none of the... Here, let me help you guys out with that.
Yeah, we're doing weird stuff because sometimes, like the 2 right in front of me, one is dead, one is not.
Yeah.
With the symbol.
They've
It's
both
like,
been dead.
I'm not sure what.
Something to do with the line of sight or something, I don't know.
Yeah, it's when line of sight hides it from you, it wipes out all of the little graphical overlays, and then when you go back with it and see them again, it doesn't automatically update. It doesn't know to trigger that and turn them back on. It
But if you target them, it will tell you.
right, because targeting forces that update to occur. So you
So
can
if-
easily get around it by just doing the select all enemy targets and then clear targets, and then that'll reset everybody for
Yeah.
you, the view, just on the top of the image.
So I'm going to set the slump for the flump there, and it will explode. Is the
You can
Skyweaver
only
adjacent to that?
can you only move the flump 20 feet?
No, I can only see that far.
Oh yeah, no, he's not there.
All right, and then I'm going to move my last 5 feet.
Jangalang.
He's going to step on the other side of this curve, and he's going to sort of strum a discordant chord on his lute, and the NG will form, writing in an eldritch blast. So as soon as I see the Skyweaver, he's going to shoot it off at him.
Drive-by shooting Soleil.
All right, so I'm going to step out with my bow ready. Shoot. The flump will go off. Hopefully causing enough of a distraction.
Uh,
All right, so I get advantage on that attack then because of the flump.
you tried. The +4 though, he only has an armor class of 12. 4 points of damage.
All right.
You can't cut the corner.
And then we're going to slide back in. I presume because of dead bodies and everything else, I can't move anymore. So that's where I am.
Pinch.
So Pinch needs to put his dagger away and pull his longbow off of his back. So that's going to take his entire action. And he's going to bonus. Well, no, he's not. He's going to move. Yes, he is right here, and bonus action hide behind
Soleil.
Slay. Yeah. Until I can pop out. Here's my stealth roll.
Uh, Ray of Frost. Oh no. He gets to there and he sees Soleil standing there. And he's going to step in.
Eldritch Blast.
From Jangalang? Yeah. Actually, Jangalang can see him at there. He comes around the corner and he sees Jangalang and he sees Soleil. Jangalang, -2 to hit. Because he's kind of around the corner a little bit. Actually, that's a pretty clean shot. Nah, -2. Give him a -2. He only got like half of his token seen. It bounces off the door jamb as he finishes his move in and reaches over and tries to touch Soleil. I accidentally clicked. Does a 13 hit?
No.
And he's going to step back a little after that. Lumina.
So do I get to attack him?
No, he didn't leave your threatened square.
All right, Lumina will move up to here, so he's got a clean shot and
Yeah.
take a shot at him.
Oh. In an embarrassing move, when you pull out your arrow, what kind of armor are you wearing?
Studded leather.
So you pull out an arrow and it gets caught on a strap on your studded leather, and you yank on it and it tears your leather off, and you have a -4 to your armor class until you fix it during a short rest.
Ouch.
And you know, Lumina, maybe I think he's probably not really thinking right. Because his dad just died, and this is not going well. He's gonna basically shoot after he shot and just totally missed and ruined his armor. He just runs straight at this guy, and yeah.
Just gets in his face.
So yeah, it gets in his face basically. So he's gonna end his turn right there, right next to this guy.
He's just got his bow in his hand. He's like, ah!
Oh yeah, he's like gonna beat this guy to death with his bow.
Says he could draw out his sword.
Yeah, he could.
He doesn't. He doesn't even think about it. Pinch.
So Pinch comes around here. Do I see anything from there yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh, is this him right here? Aha. Aha. Short bow.
That's a hit.
Oh. Pitiful damage. Oh.
As he goes down.
Was that the out of combat sound?
That was the out of combat sound.
Oh.
At least for the moment.
So Soleil looks at Lumina. It's like, what's going on with you?
And
You don't do that.
Lumina's just kicking this guy until his body falls over the edge.
Like throw him off the edge and wash him down the
exactly.
waterfall.
Pinch comes over and grabs Barrel's head and brings it back and tries to kind of line it up right to where it's not such a shock to Soleil when he sees what's laying over here.
So he picks up Veyril's head, and he realizes it was part of his starry form, and his head is still connected to his body.
Pinch pulls out the scroll of Revivify, has no idea how to use it, and tries to read it. I'm kidding. I think it's like dangerous.
You need to be a 13th level or something as a rogue to use a scroll.
Yeah, way up there, yeah.
But Pinch does realize that Veyril did bleed to death.
What about a bard? Can a bard do it? Well, he's got one too.
If it's on their spell list, you can anybody can use a scroll if it's on their spell list.
Can Vayreal cast it on himself?
You rub it
got
on
one.
his face, trying to move his lips.
I
True
thought a bard could
love.
use scrolls, but that's old school rules, I think.
What's that?
Used to, bards could use any scrolls, but I think that's like second edition rules or something. That's
Yeah, 5th edition rules states that if it's on your spell list, you can use it.
right. Yeah, if it's in your allowed list of spells.
If it's a spell scroll, there's a difference between a regular scroll and a spell scroll. So a spell scroll has to be on your class list. There are other scrolls that can be used by anybody that are not spell scrolls. Scroll of
Oh.
Protection, for example, is not a spell scroll. It doesn't cast a spell, and it's usable by any class.
Like a wand of magic missiles, for instance, is a good example of another item that anybody can use because it doesn't specify.
Yeah, Revivify is a spell scroll, though.
But you guys aren't sure how much time you guys have here in this complex before you're discovered. So what are you guys going to do?
So I'm still. So I laugh for a moment as Lumina's kicking this thing. You're starting to look like me. And then as he keeps doing it, I'm like, what's going on, man? And I sort of like now I'm getting concerned, and I tentatively like reach toward his shoulder. Hey, what's happening? Talk to me.
I slowly step aside.
And Lumina just like starts picking up random stuff and just like throwing it over the side.
There's lots of what the hell? There's lots of bodies that he could throw off the side.
Oh yeah, he'll kick and shove those up. Like, any weapons that are just laying around, he'll grab those and throw them. Like if he's not careful, he might like grab his own longbow and throw it off.
So how much time are you guys giving me to rally troops? I mean, how much time are you guys going to spend here?
I mean, after a minute or so of, maybe not even that long of freaking out and throwing things, Lumina probably says we have to get him out of here.
It's time to go. Wait, time to go. This place is bad.
So I would start walking as he's going that way, and this wyvern is gone. I would go start looting the bodies per usual, and then I would eventually look up and see Barrel's not moving, so I'm gonna run over and just sort of make eye contact with Lumina.
We can't leave him here. We have to get him out of here.
I'm looking through his gear. Did you have any kind of healing potions or anything?
Let's see.
Well,
Potion
whether
of
he did or
growth.
not.
He's got a potion of growth.
So where are these damn potions of growth coming from? I'm just
I
rooting
don't
through his
see any
gear.
potions in his inventory.
Any good
of-
berries I find, any
In
kind
the
of
shape of
thing.
a little
I'm
blue
just
pill.
I'm trying to.
Did you use
I'm not
Goodberry?
accepting it. I'm trying to put him in his mouth. I'm trying to pour potions in
I
his
had
mouth.
already
I'm trying to
used
do
up
anything.
all of the good berries earlier in this place. I was completely tapped out of everything.
Yep.
Waving herbs underneath his nose, trying to wake him up.
I am trained in medicine, so I'll try like their version of CPR. I'm tears streaming down his face as he trying, just not accepting the fact that he's gone.
Yeah, no, he's definitely out of blood.
And I'm gonna move and sit with my
And,
back
uh,
up against the
Johnny
wall and just hold him, cradle him against me, and as I lean back against the wall, eyes closed.
All right, these guys don't have a whole lot of loot. There are 2 of those seeker bolts left, seeker darts. If anyone wants to grab those, they're darts.
can be thrown.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys have a couple of them. It doesn't say you can, but I think it's cool.
It's like a one-time thing.
Yeah. So there's 2 of those, and I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of gold. It doesn't say they have any loot at all, but come on. This is D&D. Everybody's got loot, right? So let's see. That was a pretty good encounter. So I'm gonna say D12 times 100 gold. How's that?
Sounds good.
900 gold worth of crap. Lots of like gems and stuff, so but I'll just give it to you in gold. The seeker darts don't actually have a item.
Just make an item one-use thing in my consumables if I want one of them.
Yeah, and then just copy and paste that onto it.
Cool.
Since I don't hear anybody else speaking up, make it 2.
I'll make it 2.
So after about 5 minutes, I'm gonna open my eyes, set him up against the wall, sitting like I was, and get up, walk over to this dead guy here, and whatever weapons that are there, I'm just gonna smash against the wall until for a good 2 minutes, just slamming this with this whatever weapon he had against the wall.
So as you start smashing the wall, we have initiative. As a creature appears next to you. He looks down at you. He says, I insist that you stop damaging my keep. And that's where we're going to stop for the night. As you guys see a creature that looks like... hold on one second. Can I add a mask real quick? I haven't gotten real proficient at doing masks. Oh, hide area, let's see. No. Okay, now I can go. There, that's good enough, as he looks like this.
Is that a genie? A djinn?
It's Matt Curry's new character.
Good.
Time to kill you all.
Kill you all. I'm gonna raid I started playing a game called The Long Dark, and one of the guys I've been watching is running right now, so I'm just gonna raid him. It's not D&D or anything, so but it's just a friend that I want to raid, so I'm gonna start that raid. But say goodnight to everybody. Tomorrow night is my off night, but Thursday we're doing Deadlands with Marbania over on his channel. His information is right there in chat. And then on Friday we are doing Jungles of Chult right here at 8 o'clock. And then Saturday over on Rob's stream, Rob2E, we are doing, I'm DMing Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. And that's this one. That's Rob's stuff. And then Sunday, All Things Fantasy Grounds Talk Show at 9 over there on Rob's stream. And then Tuesday, back here for Princes of the Apocalypse. That's where we're going to pick up right here where we left off. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. All the new people, Din Dean and A Wonder, I see you lurking. Bioweapon, all you guys out there in chat, Gorvidal, Ladderling, I appreciate you guys hanging, and you guys have a good week, and we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you later. All right. So we'll see you guys. Say goodbye. I need that one.